Hello, creator nerds! Thank you very much for joining me on this how-to content video. This is a re-up, technically speaking. This video originally existed on the main channel and is now being re-uploaded here because it fits here a little bit better with what we're trying to do on this how-to content channel. The algorithm being what it is on YouTube, we will get into that in a much later video, but the algorithm being what it is on YouTube, my news channel and stuff like this conflict with their target audiences, so I created this channel to do the creator stuff. So the purpose here is we're going to analyze this older piece of content that I uploaded a little while ago. It is definitely valid, my opinions and such that I said in the initial video, still valid, still stand by them as far as I remember, as far as even the cursory watch of it this time. But the purpose that we're doing here is we are going to be analyzing the things that could have been done better so that you can learn along with me. There is going to be a whole video series about you learning along with me about a lot of things. That is going to be the road to 1,000. The first video for that series may or may not have already been uploaded to this channel. If it's not, then subscribe and you will catch the first episode. If it is, then subscribe and you'll catch future episodes, this and that. So, all of that rambling aside, these are the things that I learned from the Salt Lake Comic-Con Fall 2019 vlog. First is intro. The intro, this is something I will tell you that I know for certain because YouTube has said explicitly in so many ways. This is something that we know absolutely, is that your intro needs to pay off on the title of the video within the first 30 seconds at the most. This video didn't do that. I really dug what I did with this video. I really liked the use of B-roll, the way that the pacing could have been better and placement in the timeline could have been better. But still, the idea was sound. So not necessarily change the intro in that way, but really just kind of give a better payoff at the beginning. So that's what we learned there. The next note is, and we said this in the previous how-to content re-up, and that is audio. There are audio issues in the high end that really are bugging me, man. You need to double check. Absolutely, I will be drilling audio in every one of these how-to content series. Audio. If your video is garbage, you're still going to get a decent watch time if your audio is quality. So obviously if it's like 480 and all grain and no actual content, then that rule does not apply at all. But if you have, decent, maybe it's a little soft because you shot it in 720 because that's the limitation of your camera. I was using super old gear for a very long time. The first camera I started shooting on for my main channel didn't even have audio. It was a Canon Rebel T1i. That's right. 720 was the maximum resolution and 0 audio. So I had to do separate audio and combine them in post. It was a pain in the ass. All of that being said, audio, check your audio, check it through at least 2 different sources before you publish your video. Make sure it sounds good to your ears, and as you learn how to do audio, that's going to change as you get through. But yeah, I definitely did not check this through 2 different sources, and it shows. So next thing we learned is pre-planning. This is for a vlog. If you plan on doing vlogs on your channel, vlog style YouTube content, in order for it to feel cohesive even, the pre-planning is a must. Whether or not that means scripting kind of is up to you. That's a style choice. I obviously don't do much scripting, which we're going to get to that in a different, actually maybe even this video. Nope, the next video, the next re-upload will have scripting in it. But pre-planning, either way, is absolutely necessary. I went into Comic-Con knowing the rough way everything works with a Comic-Con event, and still didn't have a proper plan figured out. Usually having it written down in some way, be it a note on your phone or a piece of paper in your hand or whatever is the best way to keep track, because then you know what kind of shots you need, you know what kind of talking head sections you need, all of that stuff. Even for a vlog. I know vlogs, by and large, feel very sporadic and feel very of the moment. And in a lot of ways they still are, but planning, and then be spontaneous on top of the planning. That's kind of how that works. So that was that point. Next, we're talking about B-roll. Now, this is actually a positive note. There are sections of this vlog where I definitely used B-roll exactly how I feel like B-roll should be used. And then there are still other sections of this vlog where I could have cut away during a talking head section to some B-roll, because I had plenty of B-roll actually. This Comic-Con, I overshot B-roll and didn't shoot enough talking head sections. So it's kind of balanced. But yeah, B-roll is a wonderful thing. Learn how to use it. We will do a whole video series on how to B-roll in the future. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe and we will get into that. And then our final note for this video was cuts. Again, jump cuts are fine. That is the art form. That is the platform that we are on. If you are uploading to a service like YouTube or Rumble or whatever, then cuts are just kind of part of the territory. The jump cuts, I'm specifically saying. But we talked about this in the previous video. If you're doing jump cuts out of a music section, if you have a section that is functionally B-roll over music and that's about it, then a jump cut into a talking head section, like I do in this video, is a little abrupt and feels awkward and is going to not sit very well with your audience. So figure out transitions, figure out ways to not do those super abrupt jump cuts. Maybe your music has a definitive moment that makes sense and that helps. It doesn't have to be a visual cue that makes it feel easy as a transition. It could be an audio cue. Like I said, audio. Audio is key to nearly everything when we're on this platform. But again, a little bit of bird walking, a little bit of rambling. That's what I learned from this video. Let me know in the comment section what you learned from this video, and join me in Salt Lake in 2019, the fall of 2019. Whew, what a weird time we were about to get into, and we had no idea at the time, right? Anyway, fall 2019, FanX Salt Lake. This is the vlog, and I'll see you again at the end of the video. This is How To Comic-Con for Salt Lake FanX 2019 Fall, whatever. That is right. We are actually here at Comic-Con. Salt Lake FanX Fall Comic Convention.
We're just gonna call it Comic-Con because all that extra garbage is nonsense. And I've been and it's loud in this parking garage, so I might have to refilm this segment. So, thank you for watching How to Comic-Con. Hopefully my idea for the intro for this video worked and you just saw a pretty cool little thing. Otherwise, you saw the regular How to Comic-Con. Either way, it's fun. And there was a reason I started filming and I can't think of it now, but we're heading in. Doors opened about 2 hours ago. I don't have a whole lot of clients for photography stuff for this one, so just gonna be having fun and seeing all the things. Let's go hit the floor and see all of the things that we can see, shall we? That's what we were going to talk about. This is day one, and Salt Lake's a little unique. Hey, it's getting dark again. There we go. Salt Lake's a little unique in that it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday instead of Friday, Saturday, Sunday like most 3-day cons. And like New York and San Diego is Thursday through Sunday, so it's 4 days. This is 3 days. So that gives you a unique opportunity on day one to get through most of the vendor floor, which is preferred. Again, I don't remember. Denver had free Wi-Fi. I don't know if Salt Lake does, but we're about to find out. And let's go hit up the vendor floor. So, day one is pretty much done. Not a whole lot. I see some cosplay I'm gonna go shoot right now, actually, but not a whole lot goes on at day one at Salt Lake. This is like most, or like more specifically like Starfest and smaller cons. Day one is a lot of getting your bearings and figuring out where things are. And the floor at Salt Lake Comic-Con this year is significantly different. What I've always thought of as the stalwart, the kind of area that doesn't change at Salt Lake Comic-Con, definitely has changed. And before these guys walk away, I'm gonna go shoot their pictures. So, yeah, stay tuned for those. Okay, day two. Day one was a little uneventful, and I kind of didn't talk about a couple of the things that we normally talk about, so I'm gonna make up for that real quick. First and foremost, I remembered to bring the proper shoes. So I've got, unlike Starfest, where I decided it was a good idea to wear some slip-on Vans, definitely wearing the proper shoes. And did not bring a water bottle yesterday, which was a bad idea. Trying to traverse the parking garage, so if there's a lot of cuts, that's why. And then also, we didn't get a physical copy of the schedule yesterday, so I've been all kinds of lost for the last day or so. But as we get into the convention center today, definitely we'll find ourselves a physical copy of the schedule. We remember where our car is parked this time, because that was quite the adventure yesterday. Didn't feel like filming that. Oh, but that is where we stand. And yeah, day 2. Also, something we forgot to talk about yesterday are these guys, the ZipQ stations, which seem to have varying degrees of success with working. But what they do, and this is something that I think might be unique to Salt Lake Comic-Con, because it's definitely not at Denver, definitely not at smaller cons like Starfest and such, but it allows you to skip the line, kind of, to skip most of the line at least, for a panel that you want to go to. So if you have your multi-pass, your regular 3-day pass, that gives you 1 zip queue. If you have a gold, that gives you 2 zip queues. And if you have the VIP, that means you can zip queue in every panel you want to catch. We'll talk about paneling in a little bit, but really the one, since we just have the one, the only one that's worth doing it, if you only have one choice, is the Twisted Tunes.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can get back to the wizard and tell him the Wicked Witch is dead. Joy!
And that's tomorrow, but we've already done it. You want to do it, you want to jump on it as quick as possible. If you know exactly which one you want to waste it on, then do it as fast as you can. We did it yesterday for Saturday, so it's day 1 for day 3. And it helps you because they only have so many zip queue spots. So you pass most of the line, but not all of the line. You still got to wait in line. It's just now I'm waiting in a line of 200 people instead of a line of 2,000 people or 20,000 people, however many can fit in the Grand Ballroom.
What's up, nerds? Really cool special announcement, special thing going on here. Mandalorian is coming out on Disney Plus very, very soon, and I got some of the Mandalorians here to do a real quick interview with me. So, how's it going, guys? How do you feel? Nothing. All right, let's just jump right into it. How excited are you guys about being on Disney Plus? Are you excited for the show? I don't know if we're going to get much out of these guys. All right, so how do you feel about being in your first proper series and then everybody gets to forget about that silly Christmas special? All right, so apparently we're not going to get them to talk to me because Mandalorians notoriously don't like talking very much. The Varane clan of Mandalorians seems to be climbing up on me, but again, we do appreciate you guys coming out to Comic-Con, to FanX, as it were. Are there any plans for the future with your newfound fame? Are you guys going to do anything, spend your millions, anything like that?
You're not real bright, are you?
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you around.
So we're talking now a little bit about the differences on the floor this year. So like I said, they've kind of reorganized the way things were. Before, there were very clear delineations between the artist alley and the vendors, effectively, and the celebrity area. So still, obviously, a very clear differentiation between Celebrity Summit and the other things that are going on, because it's very much pushed back this year. But they've added a new area that they're calling Creator Corner or something like that. Creator something. And so now they have Artist Alley, they have Vendors Row, and then the Creator Corner, where once Artist Alley was all about artists, now it seems like there's a kind of a blurring between what is an artist and what is a creator, and even what is a vendor, because some of the vendors are selling art prints and they're in the Artist Alley, even though the vendor is selling multiple artists' work. And then some of the artists are selling things that aren't like pictures on paper, they're more sculpture or something like that, and they're in the creator section. But then there's also vendors that are selling similar things in the creator section, and then there's also artists who do those more three-dimensional hands-on kind of art that are in the Artist Alley. So it's kind of super confusing, and they don't have the rows lined up, so you're not looking at, you can't go down Artist Alley and kind of snake your way up and down. You kind of snake your way up halfway, and then you cut over, and then you snake up, and then you come back, and it's all convoluted. So like, I can kind of see what they were trying to do, because in a lot of these areas, the alleys went from here to here because the way they've reimagined things. But then at the end of those alleys, there's something barricading because there's more artists, so you're walking this way, right? And then you run into a booth, and on the other side of that booth, there's more booths that create this other alley that goes perpendicular to, so it's just very, very convoluted, and that kind of is very strange. Like, the extra room makes sense. The extra section kind of sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they added a stage and a courtroom in the middle of the vendor floor. And I don't know exactly what to make of those just yet. The courtroom is called Fandom Court, and I haven't been able to figure out exactly what they're doing, but it looks funny. It looks like it's an entertaining thing to watch. And then there's the stage where they're doing like improv and lip syncing, and that's also very funny, but it's right in the center. So at Doglegs. So you're looking, this is Artist Alley and the main vendor floor, and then at Doglegs up, and up here is Celebrity Summit and the Creator Corner, whatever the heck they're calling it. So right here where the Dogleg happens is where they have the stage and the courtroom. So it's kind of right in the middle of where this should be a large open space so that people can move freely. And it still kind of is that, but it also kind of isn't that, because they have this. So it's very interesting changes this year that are really a mixed bag of whether or not it's better or worse than it has been in previous years. Some of the things are great, and some of the things are really just there to convolute it. So it's fun. There's all kinds of there's been all kinds of cosplay. There's actually comic book booths again this year. I think I counted about 4 approximately. So at least there's still comic books at Comic-Con, even though it's not technically Comic-Con anymore. So just all kinds of interesting choices that Salt Lake has made for this year's FanX. It's been a lot of fun either way, and we're just going to keep going at it. Alright, and we're now in for day 3. Saturday, Salt Lake Comic-Con is always the biggest and hardest to get around. As evidenced by the fact that it took us twice as long to get here today as normal, and then it took us an extra 20 minutes to find parking, even though I thought we had like special parking, because I'm using a parking pass that I commandeered from family. So yeah, goals today are pretty much just some great cosplay and Twisted Tunes panel. And Twisted Tunes panel starts in about an hour, so we're probably gonna basically just make our way over there and stop and get some cosplay along the way. Yeah, nothing really crazy for How To Comic-Con, but definitely a lot of fun either way, and we're heading out.
All the ladies, you know a band called NSYNC? Crosscut Patrick is here! gonna show up. All right, wow, okay. What's awesome is, yeah, we're getting selfies on stage.
What are we doing?
We're just reading some lines, having fun.
Oh, jeez.
We're on page 11 at the bottom.
Got it.
And we're gonna have, do you guys know that Chris was Chip Skylark in the Further Out Bands? So, Chris, as the Scarecrow, you're gonna be Chip Skylark.
Chip Skylark's me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna make, there's no fun voices I get to do, or I have to do me, because this is boring. I'm boring.
How about if we keep you for 2 scenes and the next one you can do that?
Sounds great.
That sound good? All right.
Yes.
As the Scarecrow, Chip Skylark. As the narrator, Pee Wee Herman.
Nice.
As the Tin Man, Billy Zoidberg from Futurama. As we're gonna do this, we never do it, but we're gonna do it because Susan's here. As Dorothy, she does a perfect Judy Garland. So as Dorothy is Judy Garland, and since we're doing that, Jess, as the lion, you're the Cowardly Lion.
I got the hair for it. Hey, I want to take a second before we start to just tell you guys again how much we love you, how grateful we are to you. Thank you for being our friends. We love you guys.
All right, and as the witch, Billy,
Yes.
Porky Pig,
Where's the witch?
the witch has one line, and when Toto barks, Chris is gonna do something, but we're not telling you what. All right, whenever you guys are ready.
La 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 la.
They skip off down the road together to find the wizard and
Somehow pick the right path.
on the way, they talk to a couple of trees, eat some apples, and meet a man made out of tin. Remember, drugs are bad.
It's a man made of tin.
Hell yeah!
He sings the song too.
Fun fact, go back and watch and notice the crane in the background just
Hanging out in this scene. La, 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 la.
Oh, dear, that was wonderful. Do you know what? We were just wondering why you couldn't come with us to Emerald City, and you could help us ask the Wizard of Oz for a heart. I don't know who I'm talking to.
Oh, did that feel good?
Well, suppose the wizard wouldn't get me one when we got there.
Oh, but he will. He must. We've come such a long way already.
What did he say for which? Oh.
Yeah, you call that long? Why, you just begun. Helping the little lady, are you my fine forget it. Well, stay away from her, or I'll stuff a mattress with you. And you, I'll use you for a you know.
I'm not afraid of her. Stuff a mattress with me.
Oh, beehive.
Beehive? Let me try to make a out of me. 2 hours.
Now you guys gotta sing, dude.
Ready?
Yep.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Why?
Here's the Wizard of Oz. If ever a was, there was. If ever a was, there was the Wizard of Oz. It's one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
So Dorothy continues walking along with two
Strange men into the forest. Another fun fact.
If you watch the VHS version of this scene, there's a hanging munchkin in the background. They edited it out of the
DVD version, but he's dead. La 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 la.
Phew. Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Oh, me.
We might.
Animals that eat straw.
Some, but mostly lions and tigers, right? And bears.
Lions?
And tigers.
And bears!
Oh, lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh
My.
Lions and tigers and
bears.
bears.
Oh, my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh, my. This is getting really old. Oh, my.
Put him up. Which one of you first? I'll fight you both together if you want. I'll fight you one claw tied behind my back. I'll fight you stand on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Oh, put on an axe on me, eh?
All right, look, Lion. Here, go away and leave us from alone.
Oh, you're scared, huh? Afraid, huh? How long you stay fresh on that tail? Come on, get up and fight your shivering junkyard. Put your hands up, you lopsided bag of hay.
Now that's getting kind of personal, Lion.
Yes, get up and teach them a lesson. Give them a zets.
Well, what's wrong with you teaching him now?
Well.
Now I do the dog.
I hardly know him.
Listen, it's time to say bye, Scarecrow.
And scene.
And that, guys, is How to Comic Con for FanX Fall, Salt Lake 2019. It was again, kind of just to reiterate things. It was a lot of fun, but some of the changes I feel like were unnecessary. And programming is going to be a big issue. I feel like they had something great when they had a bunch of like supernatural and alien kind of programming, but they've kind of stepped away from that a little bit in the previous couple of years, and there's less programming that I'm interested in. The other thing about going to like Denver Comic-Con is like even if there's not something I want to sit in, there's still stuff that I can go troll, like the stupid political stuff. So which is not a bad thing that it's missing from this con. Don't think I'm looking to get some crazy SJW panels at Salt Lake Comic Con, because that would just be silly. But they don't have that stuff, so there's less paneling that I am likely to sit through or try to troll. Either way, still a lot of fun. Still enjoyed ourselves and whatnot. Just enjoyed ourselves more in previous years. Thank you guys for watching this really kind of out of sorts vlog. GenerallyNerdy.net is the website. Patreon.com/GenerallyNerdy is the place to go support all of the things and the stuff. Subscribe, do all of the things, like the video if you liked it. Let me know all of those things. Be a blast from the past right here. Yeah, so all of the things that you normally do at the end of the video, there should be boxes somewhere soon, maybe on the screen. You can click those and see all the other stuff that's going on the channel. But before you do, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.
And there we have it, nerds. So what did I miss on my more critical evaluation of this video? Let's talk about it in the comments. Is there something that really stuck out for you that I didn't talk about in the intro? Again, we'll talk about that down in the comments. I appreciate you guys sticking around for this. If you did, then let me know that in the comments as well, because you know, the engagement is key. We'll do as many video series as I can think of to actively engage these elements of the platform. That's not what we're here to do today. I'm here to sign off now. So thank you for joining me. We will do this again soon, I promise. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, do all of the things. I love your faces, nerds. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here, and I'm gonna help you make it.